Hey guys, it's Sue. Welcome back to the channel and another speed build. Before we move on, if you could please give this video a like, it helps get my content out to other people who enjoy The Sims. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about this build. So the first thing you probably noticed is the shell was already done when I started this video. That's because this is my very first shell challenge. I've been on social media in the Sims community for a very long time now, and I've never done a shell challenge, which is really weird. But I finally decided to do one, and this happens to be Miss Unfortunate's shell challenge. She did it because she finally reached 1,000 subs on YouTube, which is amazing. And so she released a shell for us, and it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do. I had this on a different lot in the beginning, which you may have noticed, because my first plan was to do kind of like a Tudor style, like something that would be in Windenburg, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I decided to turn that top part into a lighthouse, and I kind of think it worked out. So the only problem is that you can't really build another wall on top of that because there's already 4 wall heights, and I think that's one of the rules anyway, that you can't add on. So I had to somehow make this lighthouse without adding any walls, and so what I did was I put windows all around it, and then I was trying so hard to get the roof on it by doing the little roof trick where you build like a 4-story thing right next to it, and then you slowly move the roof over. And it's a pain in the butt, and I did it, and every time I would change anything about this build, it would go away. And I also just didn't like the way it looked. It just didn't look right. It didn't look like it was sitting up there properly. So what I ended up doing was sizing up one of those little roof pieces that you see on the right hand side next to the chimney. I sized that up, and it fit within my little windows perfectly, and the roof fit perfect, and it just looked so much better. We're just going to ignore and pretend that there's not a wall inside there. We'll just pretend that there's windows and you can see through it. I did add a bunch of lights to the lighthouse, so at night it does actually light up even though there is that wall in there. But I figured, you know what, it's pretend time. We don't need it to be completely accurate, so that's just the way I did it. If you want to change it, if you download this build, you can go ahead and change it. But I was just trying to stick to the rules of the challenge as well as the limitations of the game, so that's how that happened. So I did another lighthouse build a long time ago, and I actually thought that it was going to be more popular than it was, and it actually wasn't, and it made me sad because my dream house would be to live in like a lighthouse. And so I built this house, I spent so much time on it, and it got 3 downloads and maybe 20 likes on Instagram. So I was super disappointed. But I think this one turned out better than my old one. And one of my favorite decor style is actually coastal beach vibes, like coastal cottage and things like that. That's my absolute favorite way to decorate a house. I don't know why, because in real life I would not like that, but in The Sims I love it. So this kind of satisfied that because I got to decorate with the blue, the white, the red, and I went on the gallery, and I'm pretty sure I got all of my paintings from Joelle's 64, but I'm not sure. I might have found some from some other people, but I don't remember. But I found all kinds of beachy vibe ones. What I kind of imagined was that there was a retired couple here, that maybe the husband was a fisherman or a captain on a boat or something like that, and he decided to buy this old lighthouse that was for sale and fix it up and turn it into a house. And I kind of figured that explains why there's such a weird floor plan. Maybe he just added bedrooms and a bathroom and stuff, but kept the shape of the house. Maybe this was a place where people worked before, and so it has an odd shape, but I feel that fit maybe the story I was going for. And I ended up moving in this hippie elder couple Sims that I found on the gallery, and I should put maybe the link below to who actually made the Sims, because it was not me. So in the screenshots when you see them, those were made by somebody on the gallery. They were not made by me. But I kind of imagined a hippie couple, an older hippie couple. And he was maybe a fisherman, like I said. And I also kind of imagined that this build was sort of in the middle of nowhere, which is why I put that little plane there. So I live in Minnesota, and the North Shore of Minnesota has Lake Superior, and there's a lot of little houses like this in different places, and people do get around up there with little planes like that. A lot of people have their pilot's license, so that's why I put the little plane there. I also put an old boat there. there. You know, maybe he collects those types of things, or maybe it was left on the property when they bought it. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with this build, and I had fun cluttering it up with all kinds of things that had to do with like ocean and beachy and maritime and fishing and things like that. It was just really fun, and I just love this color scheme. In real life I don't love it, but in The Sims I do. So I had a lot of fun with that. This build does come in pretty high. Actually, let me look at how much it is. But I honestly think it's because of the clutter. So it is 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. I tried to sneak another bathroom in here somewhere, and you probably easily could do that, but nothing was really vibing with where I was trying to put it in a second bathroom. So there is only 1 bathroom in this build, but it is 3 bedrooms, and it comes in at 126,366 simoleons. Oh, and also there is another floor to this house right below the lighthouse, and I did not know what to do with that part of the build. I ended up putting in like a craft room in there, and I think maybe I put like a woodworking table or something. It was kind of like a hobby room for the couple. There's like a fireplace and stuff up there. That actually would be a good place to put another bathroom. I also put a garage where the cars are parked. That little room right there is actually a garage, and actually that's where I put the woodworking table in, so that is actually there. Right now I'm working on the living room, and I had so much fun cluttering this up. This is the part that took me the longest, was cluttering up the living room and the kitchen. And the other thing is that this room is on an angle, which I don't know if you've ever built in The Sims when things are at an angle, but there's weird shadows, and you can see there when I was trying to put the kitchen cabinets in right there, that weird shadow was like on those kitchen cabinets. So I had to figure out something to make it so you didn't see it. I basically only put in a couple cabinets, and that was the only thing I did because I couldn't handle the weird shadow. And so that's what I ended up doing, and I just noticed that a huge bulk of this was just cut out. I must have forgot to hit record, so sorry about that, but that's what I ended up doing with the kitchen. See how I have the oven and the fridge and the sink, and then the only 2 cabinets are the island cabinets, which don't have the weird shadow. So I was okay with this. So it's a very small kitchen, but it's super cluttered and super cute, and it's functional. Everything in this house is functional. I tried everything. You can sit in every chair, you can go in every room, you can go on the roof. I put some yoga mats up there and a table. You can even go all the way up to the top of the lighthouse and stand up there if you wanted to. Every single part of this build is functional. Oh, and I also have room for a pet. I forgot about that. You know, since we're in Brindleton Bay, I definitely had to put something in here for a pet. Anyway, I am going to stop talking now because I've talked your ear off for a while, and I'm going to continue to watch along. And if there's anything that I want to like cut in and say, I will.